Hi everybody, my name is Pei and welcome to another War and Peace vlog. So coming from a 30-minute video last time, I thought I should have a quick video relative to War and Peace also. And since there are a lot of questions from my friends from Facebook and also Instagram about my annotations, how I annotate, how I take notes. Well, here's a quick video on my annotation process or annotation system, specifically for War and Peace. In this vlog, I will also share to you my annotation kit, the tools that I am using, the colors of the pens that I am using, what are the meanings of these colors, what are the tabs that I am using, the keys to my annotation, and also how I take notes about the book. So I learned from a few reviews from the internet that it also helps if you loosen a system or your annotation system or reading system or whatever you call it. Loosen it a little bit and not be strict on your current process, because annotations are mostly different for different books and different readers and different moods. So since I'm still in volume 1, I thought I should, document and share with you my annotation process before or when I started reading War and Peace, because I think I will also change my strategies on how I annotate, how I take notes, and how I remember the things and characters that are we meeting in or from the book. So yes, expect another annotation vlog for War and Peace if my current process won't work na in the future. Kasi I'm still using my current skeletal process for annotation. So first things first, annotation kit. I'm using the leather pouch from Starbucks, and I have here my highlighters, my pens, and tabs and post-its. So these are the pens and highlighters. It's different brands kasi I'm not very much brand conscious as long as it works for me and as long as it doesn't bleed too much on the pages or through the pages. I have the Stabilo Flash, which are neon colors. So if I want to really highlight some phrases or some quotes, itong colors na ito yung gagamitin ko. Mostly this one is for quotes that I want to share online, for Goodreads, for vlogs, for blogs, and also my Notion. This I use for character references, character developments. There's one interesting annotation key from one of my buddies from the Buddy Read. She uses a pink tab yata or some other color specifically for smiles, for the description of how the people or how the characters smile. This one I use also for it kasi it's also under characters. Next two are green and blue or purple or violet. Both don't have any keys pa for my War and Peace annotations, but this one is Stabilo, this one is unbranded from Divisoria. Very cheap but very good quality. I haven't used them yet, but mostly for blue ones, these are also quotes na I really want to highlight. Parang ito na yung mga favorite parts of the book ko. So wala pa siya for now, so alam niyo na. The green ones, ito yung mga themes, triggers that I use for Lolita, that I am also currently body reading with the same group or almost the same group. Baka gamitin ko rin to for the themes or topics for discussions na makikita natin for War and Peace. Next ones are my pens. Ito na yung mas colorful. Ito yung My Gel ng Dong A. This is very sikat when I was in college. The orange one I use for references that I want to Google pa, to have more readings on, to have more resources. Mostly this is applicable for the real life references from the book. Violet I am not using pa, so maybe we will be having a key for this pens or this highlighters in the next vlog. Another set of colorful pens that I am using is the M&G naman. And these are parang cheaper version of the gel pen. It's also gel, if you can notice. I use green for the quotes or parts or phrases or any paragraphs or any part of the book that I want to share and talk about sa aking vlog. Para mas madali ko rin makikita whatever part of the book I want to talk about when I wrap up or when I do reading updates, etc. The blue one is my liner for the phrases or parts of the book that are relatable or applicable in real life. Because girl, this is real life. Red ones is I usually encircle or underline the names. So, para mas madali ko makikita na shock sino ba yung nasa scene na ito. Usually, I forget who's in the scene who are in the scene. Parang when I view the page or get back to another page, I have a reference or I have a color that catches my eye's attention. I also have pink pen. This is different brand. This is Papermate Ink Joy. All of my pens pala are 0.5 in case you're wondering. So pink depicts funny, sweet, and good vibes na part of the book. For the notes or in case I have comments, thoughts, or any additional notes that I want to write, I use black pens. So I have 3 pens for the black pen. But it doesn't really matter which ones I could pick. Basta I have 3 pens, I have options. Depends on how thick the paper is or the paper I am writing on is. First, black pen is the same brand as this. Hindi ko alam kung nasa na siya. Ginamit siguro ni Nemo. This one, unbranded pen inspired by Muji. Super thin ng sulat niya and also very light. And this is my favorite pen. This is the Pilot G207. This I use more frequently. It's not very much thick. It's not very thin. And I thought I won't like any thicker pens than 0.5. Pero this one is an exception. So those are the pens and highlighters that I am currently using. And also part of my annotation kit. So I have here post-it notes. I have the transparent ones and the regular ones. I will show you later how I use the transparent ones and also the regular ones. I also have my tabs, and this is the regular tabs na 5 color tab. I got this for 10 pesos each. For 100 pieces, 10 pesos from Shopee. I have a link below if you are interested or if you are looking for a cheaper option. I also have here an extra bookmark. Actually, ito talaga yung dapat gagamitin ko for warranties. But since nandun pa ako sa very thin part, ganito pa lang, hindi pa siya kumakapit masyado. So I use my tab sheet, my tab card, or holder, or whatever you call this. I use this as bookmark. So those are my things for annotations. And now let's go to the book and show you some examples of my annotation notes, tabs, highlights, lines, etc. So of course, you have the tabs. So what I did is, di ba makapal ito? So it's kind of big for me. Learning from 100 Years of Solitude, which is the most tabbed book for me. These are quite big. It's too much for me. So I cut this in half. If makikita ninyo, nakakat siya. I used the regular cutter. Bahala na kung pantay or not. So ganito na siya kaliliit. If you can see. What do the colors mean? Currently, I use all the colors na for the tabs. Unlike for the pens na meron pa akong mga tirang extra colors. But for the tabs, I already use them all. For the blue tab, I use this for quotes that are my favorite quotes. I know it's konti, kaya I use one color lang. Unlike for the green and yellow, they look the same to me, so they mean the same to me. These are the quotes or the parts of the book that I want to share. They are partners in crime. So I underline the lines or the paragraphs, the phrases, the words that I want to discuss or I want to talk about. And then I use the tab. So I have the marker for which page I should refer to. Next one is the orange tab. So this is partners with this pen. They refer to references that I want to Google, I want to read further about. And lastly, I have the pink ones. And again, these are the flags for the characters. So, same sila nito. So, how do I differentiate? Flags kasi, I use this para I know which page I should go to. If I want to talk about the character, I will go to the pink tab and I know which part of the book I should read or I should share. This one is just for the character per se, and this one is just for the good vibes, para alam ko kung ano yung mga relatable to me or funny for me or that makes me happy, makes me smile. And also, I have here notes. So if you see here, I have post-its. Some readers are brave enough to write on their pages. To me, I can only tolerate the highlights and underlines. I do write my thoughts or my comments on the margins. I know na wala na akong comment further about that part of the book, but I know I will be reading War and Peace more than once. So, if magsusulat ako sa margins niya, baka mawala na ako ng space next time. Plus, the margins of this edition is super thin. So, I don't think magkakasya dito lahat ng notes ko from now and also from the future. So, I use post-its. As I mentioned earlier, I have the transparent ones and I have the regular one. I use the transparent ones as reference. I have here the list of principal characters that helps me identify which of the 500, 600 characters na I need to focus on. So, the transparent post-its, I cut them into pieces and I use them for referencing how or when or where the characters appeared first. For example, si Pierre lumabas siya ng Volume 1, Part 1, page 9. So, I know which page siya nag-appear. Second is the regular post-it notes. And I have the pink and the yellow ones. All my pinks are relative to the character. So if I have the notes, I have the summary for the characters, how I look at them, how I see them, or I have comments regarding this character, or I have any thoughts, any notes that I want to write about the character. That's color pink. If I have other thoughts that I want to share, that's color yellow. So that's how I annotate War and Peace. So far, I'm still on Volume 1, and of course, I know annotation is very personal to everybody, every reader. But I hope you got something out from mine or from this video. Maybe not for War and Peace, but for other books as well. And as I mentioned, this is a very thick, very big book, so I know my annotation process will change, and I'm very much open to suggestions. I'm very much open to change, basically. So I will just update you if ever there are changes, or maybe do some wrap up at the end of this series or at the latter part of this series, because it's just nice to bring you along with me and to document this for my future self, because I tagged this book as my most intimidating book ever. So let's see if I can conquer it. If you're not subscribed yet, you can subscribe, you can follow me on social media, and we can talk about War and Peace if you're also reading it, or if you're done already, or if you have plans to read it in the near future. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on my next one.
I would've put